My name is Jeanette, and I'm right in our backyard in our home in Modesto, California. When we first bought our home, it didn't have a pretty backyard, but we thought that with the right landscaping, we could transform it into a beautiful yard with a garden to sit and relax in, and a play area with a play set for my son and grandchildren to play in. Even before moving in, we started buying and bringing lots of pretty plants and trees. But we soon found ourselves in a very hopeless and desperate situation. You can see the beautiful bamboo right behind me, but don't be deceived. It has made our yard completely useless, completely hopeless, absolutely dreadful, and a total nightmare. It has made our yard America's most desperate landscape. Let me show you why. The first thing I planted was Japanese boxwood to form a hedge at the entrance. Then we found this super cute Black Hill spruce Christmas tree that we planted to watch grow and decorate for years to come. Then my son found a pumpkin patch plant, and he was super excited because the timing to plant it was perfect. If we planted it in June, we would have a pumpkin patch by the fall. But then within 2 or 3 days after closing, we started noticing these hard, sharp, pointy things sprouting out of the ground everywhere. We didn't know what they were. When we took a closer look, we realized that there were these hard, rope-like roots running all through the yard. It wasn't until we had a landscaper come look at the broken sprinklers that he told us that it was bamboo and that it was damaging the sprinklers and sprinkler system. Within like 2 weeks after closing, we were bamboozled with a jungle of bamboo. It was growing through everything and everywhere at a very fast rate. My son and my grandchildren were so disappointed and sad because we had promised them a new playset as soon as we moved. But they could not play in this yard. It was not safe with those sharp, pointy shoots. We were determined to still make this a beautiful yard and enjoy it. We were told by many landscapers that in order to get rid of it, we would have to have the whole yard dug out and demolished, at least 18 to 20 inches of the surface, along with the concrete to get to the roots growing underneath it. But we could not afford to have that done, nor could we do it ourselves. So we had to just dig it out. We spent hours and hours in the hot Central Valley sun digging out clumps and clumps of roots. It seemed like endless clumps of roots. We filled buckets of big clumps of roots. When we finally did clear an area where we could start planting, we started noticing new sprouts immediately. And they were starting to invade the area that we spent so many hours trying to clear. Before we knew it, it was invading the plants. So we had to pull them out and set them aside until we could figure out what we could do. To begin with, we turned off the sprinkler system since the only thing growing in our yard and thriving was the bamboo itself. But still it continued to grow even though we were spraying it with Roundup and had turned off the water, and the 3-digit weather of the Central Valley didn't stop it from growing. It continued to grow from under the concrete. It continued to grow between the fence and the boards of the fences and continued to damage the fence. It continues to grow along the cracks of the concrete. It's even made its way under the slab of concrete of the air conditioner and is growing between the house and the air conditioner. There are thick roots running from under the patio concrete. Our Italian cypress ended up just dying. Our Japanese boxwood is dying. Our Black Hill spruce Christmas tree died. Even the pumpkin patch didn't survive, but as you can see, the bamboo continues to grow. This is our yard today. It is completely hopeless, absolutely dreadful. We cannot play in this yard. We cannot plant in this yard. We cannot fix up this yard or get rid of this bamboo. We even had 3 pool builders tell us that they would not build a pool in our yard until we took care of the problem. We are in America's most desperate landscape.